Michael, I want to start with you. He's willing to pay up to $24 to $26 a share. He wants private equity firms and potentially other executives to participate in this. Could this actually work?
I don't think he has a prayer of raising that kind of capital. I mean, $24 is about an $8 billion purchase price. He's pledging $1 billion, which means he's got to raise some combination of debt and equity of $7 billion. And I just don't see how a private equity firm will pony up $1 to $2 billion without seeing stable cash flow or some kind of an exit at a profit. I don't think Best Buy has either. So I think it's going to be hard to get equity. And without equity, I don't think they raise the debt. So I don't think this deal happens at all.
Now, Victor, you cover Best Buy's worst nightmare, but it hasn't suddenly become Best Buy's worst nightmare. I mean, Best Buy is known about online shopping for years now. Why haven't they been able to catch up with companies like Amazon?
Well, I think e-commerce in general has been moving online in a significant way over the past decade and a half. And so Amazon has been one of the prime beneficiaries of that, and I see that continuing over time. And I see Amazon, because of the massive selection, the free shipping offers, the easy-to-use website, they also have the customer service, which I think is a strong value proposition. And also the product reviews have allowed them to actually own the customer. And I think that's what Amazon has done. They've figured out how to own the customer, whereas companies like Best Buy are struggling with that concept. And so I think
Victor,
that's why...
Victor, you point out some examples of companies that have made the transition from offline to online quite well, like Staples, Office Depot, J.Crew, Urban Outfitter. Do you think Best Buy, though, can really make a transition similar to those companies have made?
Well, I think they could. Several things that I think they would need to do. First, they would need to treat the website, including desktop and mobile, as their primary storefront, their primary destination. Focus on customer reviews, allow customers to leave product reviews, make sure the browsing experience is efficient. Just make sure there's an intense focus on technology, which I think is what Amazon has done over the past several years, decade or so, which has allowed them to gain market share. That's one. Second thing they could do is really embrace social media. They could use social media to drive engagement as well as drive sales as well. Third thing I think they could do is embrace mobile. And I think what they could do is push discounts and promotions to customers who are walking by the Best Buy store. And so embracing mobile, embracing social media, I think would help. In addition to that, I think they could offer free shipping promotions. So I think those companies you talked about, I think have embraced those concepts with mobile and social media being relatively new. But I think they've embraced the concept that the website is your primary storefront. And I think that's why you see customers, you see companies like Staples and Office Max seeing greater than 50% of their sales driven by the internet.
Now, Michael, you don't think Best Buy or Richard Schultz has a prayer completing this particular deal, but do you think Best Buy in general can save itself?
You know, I don't think so, and I completely agree with Victor that that's the only way that they really can survive and thrive. And I think the problem with Best Buy making the migration to, online as their primary storefront is it'll destroy their brick and mortar storefront. I mean, the way to compete online is to lower price, and they can certainly create an online cost structure where they could cut price and be competitive with Amazon, but then they'd have to offer the same price in their stores, and their store overhead simply won't permit that. So the real way to fix this company is to downsize their footprint. They're not even close to doing that. They've been doing it at a snail's pace. This should have started 10 years ago. I think that the TV upgrade cycle, buoyed them up because people were buying so many products in their stores that they thought they were immune to the onslaught of online. Now there is no upgrade cycle. People have the internet in their hands with smartphones. They're comparison shopping in the store, and they're just getting killed by Amazon. So I agree with Victor completely.
Michael, I also want to get your thoughts on eBay starting testing of same-day shipping today. Blogger Rocky Agrawal tested it out and actually ordered a hard drive, which ended up coming from Best Buy, but via eBay. Are there opportunities here that Best Buy just isn't taking advantage of?
I don't think so. I mean, the fulfillment through Best Buy is not a big deal. I think the far bigger threat is in our own home state of California. Amazon has a deal with the state that they're going to start paying sales tax in a month, And in a month, that means we're going to start seeing distribution centers opening in California, and we're going to see same-day delivery for guys like me. When I can get same-day delivery of everything on Amazon without having to think about it, it's the last day I walk into a Best Buy. The same thing's happening in New Jersey, so add Pennsylvania and New York to that same-day delivery footprint. You're taking away about a third of Best Buy's market. I think that's a serious problem for them.